Good morning, Britain. This lady, the clip has over 1 million views and it went viral because of her stupidity. As a British old person, she's like almost 7 years old. And what she had to say to Good Morning Britain, that show, I don't like that show. I've never watched it, but I always see some clips are trending. She had to say that uh, the slavery was beneficial to other continents, and that sparked millions of debates. Right? What I'm about to share with you, it's a proper information that I don't want you in the future to allow someone else who does not know your history or the history of human civilization to win these debates against you because it's false and wrong. It's false and wrong, and colonization never benefited other people than Europeans. Like what Europeans? This is what she had to say. And I'm gonna educate you because I'm here to educate, enlighten, and to guide. I'm gonna educate you little by little in the topic, and you will see with the proof of the research that simple research that I've done that she's super wrong, and these people have been brainwash to brainwash other people. So let me play the clip and you're gonna see it.
We now have a generation that believes everything we did by colonizing. Yes, it is true. They think everything about colonization was wrong. It wasn't. There were some terrible things and there were some good things to come out of it. And that is.
There were some good things, there were some terrible things, and good things. I don't know what good things, but let's hear her what she says. What were the good things?
Properly acknowledging your past.
Education.
Yes, completely.
Sanitation. Transportation.
Yeah.
There was so much that we brought to communities. But that is,
Wow. I was trying to Google this lady. Her name is something like Carol Malone. She is 70-year old, and I do understand. I'm not trying to say like because she is 70 years old, she has to be dumb and stupid. But I just do understand. Old people in general, they don't want to evolve. They don't want to adapt in the new generations. They don't want to learn new things. So if you are old, I know there is a one lady. She's American, and she shared in the comment that she always watching my video. She's 61-year old, and she appreciate the enlightenment because then in America, nobody could have brought those kind of enlightenment to their lives because the propaganda is so big and they can't really see the light from the outsiders. Right. So I'm about to say, like, if you are older, like 7 years old, I know there are few, 6 years old, I know there are few because I can see in my analytics. I'm about to say you have to learn from the younger. Like, we know you are wise, but you cannot stop the sun from rising, right? So Nina Malone here is really dumb and stupid, right? Let's watch and continue. I'll tell you why.
But you're typical of what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying that colonization, the empire was wrong. It was wrong, full stop. That's, the things that Britain might have done.
but that's very much
do not
through your modern
compensate for it.
sensibilities.
Yes.
You might say that.
This is you modern sensibilities. She said education was good because it brought education. She said colonization was good because it brought education, sanitation, transportation. What else? They didn't mention a lot of good things. Okay, so if you are about to find who invented education, the transatlantic slavery was very big, started by Portuguese, followed by Spanish and French, and the British, and it was very big. Like transporting the slaves from Africa to another America, the New World, discovered by Amerigo de Vespucci, right? And here, what she said, they had to teach Africans things, which is it's super wrong. They've never teach African any single things. I'm speaking English right now because it's been brought by force. But my mother tongue it's Zula, Kiswahili, and Lingala, and some other languages in Congo. Just like you find a lot of people here in South Africa that Kosa, I'm a Zulu, Pedi, Setswana, Sutu, Ndebele, Tonga, Shangan, Venda. There's a lot of people and we they are tribes. So if you say education, you brought us education. I mean, like we have our languages. If you have a language, you can literally learn everything from your language. That means there was no education that you brought, but you were forcefully come with your supremacy because we were naive to accommodate you, to welcoming you. Black people are still naive up to right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. They are still naive, black people. Like they're kind of like people that they don't really care about who they see in front of them. They're just trying to act cool. They're just trying to act happy. And that it's caused a lot of disadvantage among black people. Because you have to consider who you bring to your table. And black people is not like that. So we had our languages. We have everything. If you go to Giza in Ethiopia, the oldest power in the human history, it's written in Giza, right? Ethiopian. Jesus was speaking a language close to an Ethiopian language, which was Aramaic, and the Ethiopian languages are Amharic. Damn, god damn, like how could you be so stupid, so dumb? You talking about education. All right, let me go to ChatGPT. A simple ChatGPT what was created by Sam Altman. He's a Jewish guy. We're gonna find the origin of education right now, you and I. Okay, so if we go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT who invented our writing system. There we go. The invention of writing was not the work of a single person. It was a revolutionary development that occurred independently in several ancient civilizations, each creating its own system. Here's a breakdown. The earliest writing system and culture that invented them, the Sumerians, right? Location, Mesopotamia, modern day Iraq. System, cuneiform. Cuneiform is what you and we are using. So I was telling my partner when we were in high school, especially in Congo, which is I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like not everybody learn the same. We used to sing about this thing. Alright? Hiéroglyphe en Égypte, Giza en Éthiopie, l'Incibidjo, Nigeria, les Bamounais au Cameroun, l'écriture cuneiforme en Mésopotamie. In Mesopotamia, that's where they found the cuneiform. And hieroglyph was found in Egypt. Hieroglyph and cuneiform was almost invented at the same time, but the number one was hieroglyph in Egypt. All right, and then it went to Mesopotamia. The civilization grew, and then it went to the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians are the modern day Lebanese and Jordanian. And then it went to Saudi because they were Arabians in the Arabian Peninsula. And then the Greek came to land from the Moors in Egypt, and then they transformed it to Europeans, and then decided to call it alphabet. Every word that starts with al, it's an Arabic word, right? Algorithm, alphabet, alchemia, alcoholy, like everything a word that you know in your history start with al. It's an Arabic word. So the ancient civilization, they had their way of mingling, like collaborating together, right? You come from Egypt. Remember, like Egyptians and the Phoenicians, they were almost like it's close by, right? So when you're talking about education. You brought education to Africa. What about the Egyptian? You brought the transportation to Africa. You know how the ancient Kemites built a pyramid? I mean, like, goddamn, guys, if you are like from whatever watching this, please, man, please, when somebody is talking, even by sharing a comments can enlighten other people because people read more comments than watching the actual content, right? I mean, it's easy. First of all, and then ancient Egypt here is number one, and then look at the time. Time around 3100 BCE. 3100 BCE is before 3200 years BCE, right? Location Egypt. System hieroglyph writing. Pictorial symbols later included phonetic elements. Purpose used in religion, administrations, tombs, and monuments. And then the Chinese came where oracle bone script. I don't see any European here when you say you brought us education. Like I don't see I don't see any Europeans. And this is if you have that mentality of saying, and the person who created this in Egypt was Amhotep. All right. Amhotep, those were the biggest philosopher like in the world. And the Greeks learned from them. After the Greeks learned from them, then the Roman went to colonize the Greeks and then took everything from the Greeks. They colonized the Greeks, but they have never, hear me out, they have never burned the Greeks' library. No. Romans took everything from the Greeks, the language, the arts, music, education, and everything. And then they're implementing it into modern Europe, and then they dominated Europe, and then it spread all over the world. But it's not theirs. So every time I see like Europeans, American praising the Romans, are always thinking about the Roman Empire, and I'm like, ish, these people seriously, they really don't know what they do. You guys been brainwashed for years, and until now, even the oldest mama, like she's 70 years old, she has no clue. She really has has no clue. So let me continue playing that and see what the journalist has to by the way, to tell her. By the way, if you have a comment, please drop the comment because this is an enlightenment topic. People need to know, right? People need to know. You can't just be blind, blah blah blah. People are taking, I brought you education, and you still quiet. Oh, I brought you the language. What language? We have our languages. I mean, Swahili is the most spoken language in Africa. It's beating French. It's beating English. Is right. Only Arabic comes number one because the Maghreb countries they are way popular, right? So what language are you talking about? Well, we bridges, no man, come on. It's like, I don't know. Like I really don't know. We bridges sanitation. We have plenty of cotton in Africa. Like we have oil, cotton, everything. So what did you bring exactly? Let me play.
Because we wouldn't now routinely go into other countries.
It was a profoundly racist set of basically invasions of other people where we subjugated people to our rule and have made them work for us. It was
Put yourself in the
How
shoes.
made their countries work.
Could imagine yourself in the shoes of a 13-year-old boy hearing you say that.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I know if you are European watching this, I know you carry the guilty in you, and you have to carry the guilty in you, because these people they're like 6 years old, 7 years old. They say like you shouldn't be judging the grandchildren from the grandparent mistakes, right? And I'ma tell you what, the UK is way richer right now. It's because they stole from India, they stole from Pakistan, they stole from so many countries. They stole from Africa. They stole from South America and America. Not so much in South America, but they stole from the world a lot of things. Myanmar, like from the west up to east, they stole a lot of things, and then you have to carry the guilt because England is still benefiting from that. She was just saying during the World War One, they had to ask Japan and Germany for reparation. and they had to pay. But when you're talking about British and French and stuff, they come defensive. They become in a defensive mode, which is, I know, like they still think like they are very supreme right now, but the world is trying to tracking them down. So they don't want to pass that uh to their children, which is their children are benefiting from it still now. They still, yeah.
What do they then? How do they then carry that through life?
Well, you
in terms
don't-
of who I am as a Brit.
But it's not about.
We had
I'm not saying
racist
we shouldn't
ancestors.
say it,
But Bev,
but I'm saying that we hear much more of that than we do about the benefits
Yeah.
of that period of time.
well, because I don't think there were benefits. I think that we have to be completely.
Of course there were.
So you
I don't
benefits
think.
to
I
us.
don't think there were.
There are benefits to
Of
us.
course
Those
there are benefits-
countries
of course there
did
are
not,
benefits to us, but it
Jonathan,
doesn't
those
make them
countries,
justified.
It absolutely does.
Does it?
those countries did not have money. They did not have the creativity.
Those country, they didn't have money. Ah man, like seriously. My British people, can you tap here? Those countries didn't have money. Up to now, the richest man in the history of the world is the guy from Mali called Mansa Musa. Even Elon Musk is not richer than that guy. As up to now, like 2020, 25. And that was in antiquity, right? Mansa Musa is still for the wealth that he had, he's still the number one richest person in the world. Those people didn't have money. And the Mali Empire is the biggest empire in the West Africa. They did not have money. And when you come to Congo, for Congo Empire, the Kingdom of Congo, like it's like one of the kingdom that produced, oh my goodness, the biggest commodities in the world. Name me one commodity that you cannot find in Congo, man. I'm from there. I can tell you. Which one? And this is the reason why they keep on provoking chaos, from tungsten to gaze to what? To lithium. If I'm recording this video like right now on my computer, on my microphone, it's because of the things, the tungsten. That's, if the electrical bulb is going on, it's because of tungsten. It comes from Congo, man. So, tell me, they did not have money. They did have what? If they did not have money, then why did you go and take their gold? Why did you go and dig their oil? Why did you go and take their vibranium, the uranium that bombards Hiroshima and Nagasaki from America, came from Congo? Why? In that movie Oppenheimer, they didn't even try to mention this because it was gonna bring a lot of debates, right? The first nuclear bomb that was used in the world to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan by the American CIA came from Congo. They didn't have what? Like, I'm really tired with this kind of like whites. They trying to own everything, but you don't have. Like, you really don't have. Like, you've been stealing from people for years, for centuries and centuries. You need to regulate and accept that you didn't have, right? I really don't know. I only know Russia has diamonds, and Canada. Those are the biggest countries that have diamonds and oil, I think. I don't know. If you can let me know. You can let me know. Now, the UK, China is beating Trump's on tariff. Now they are crying. They wanted to regulate their tariff again. So I really don't know.
They did not have
That's,
people in
that's an
positions
outrageous
of
thing to say.
power
Of course, they
to
had
do this.
creativity
No,
in
they
those
didn't.
countries. They just didn't live like Britain did. It doesn't make it worse. It just makes it different.
So it's
And
okay
they
to
weren't
live without
asked-
education, and it's okay to
did
live
have-
without a trans.
What education this lady's talking about? What education? Like, what kind of education are you talking about? I mean, I always tell British people, like, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I worked for the guy for 6 years, and the day he introduced himself to me, he told me his last name, and I told him, by your last name, I already know like what your origin is. You are French. And he's like, no, we were Scottish and stuff, blah, 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 shit like that. And I told him, no, you were French. You are French. By your last name, you are French. And then after some days, he went on to do the research, found out that there were French moved to the UK and stuff like that. We speak in English right now. And to be honest, English is not even the English language. English is 29% French, 29% German, 29% Greek. They've never had their own language, English. They've never named me something that belongs to the English, to the Anglo-Saxons. They don't have. It's been brought by the Normans, the Viking Normans from France, and the German and the Greeks. They don't have. At least you come to South Africa, we have Xhosa. You go to Congo, we have Lingala. You go to Tanzania, we have Swahili. You go to Kenya, we have Swahili, we have Luya, we have Kikuyu. You come to South Africa, we have, you go to Malawi, the Anguni and stuff like that. You go to Ghana, there is Akan. You go to Nigeria, I mean, there is Yoruba. You go to Senegal, there is Wolof. I mean, it's just beautiful. We had our culture developed the way we were doing, and these people intrude in our continent, and then they started to bring us some nonsense and interrupting us and putting us into transition, sell us into slavery, and they're trying to defend that thing that is good. God damn, what kind of people is this?
Transportation system, is it?
They did have education. It just wasn't our education system. They had language. It wasn't our language.
This cultural
Medicine we brought them.
precisely what we have.
We have.
first.
Yes.
I don't know. Look,
This guy said medicine, we brought them. Medicine. Okay. Medicine, chemists. The Egyptians actually created medicine. I mean, even in a primary school child can tell you this. Chemists actually means chemistry. If you don't know the idea, the chemist means chemistry, means pigmentation of the black people, right? The melanin, all right? That's where the word chemistry, chemia, alchemia come from. Oh, so let me just go to ChatGPT one more time and share with you about chemistry. Let me share. There we go. The word medicine has long and interesting etymology rooted in Latin. This is what they say, rooted in Latin, right? That's how. But look how they change it, because Europeans like to own, right? Etymology of medicine, Latin, medicina, meaning the art of healing. The art of healing, medicine or remedy, derived from medicus, meaning physician, right? Medicus comes from verb medere, meaning to heal or to take care of. Old French medicine, borrowed into Middle English as medicine in the 13th century. This is actually beats the English because they've never heard any word for medicine. This is what I'm telling you. English is the poorest language among the biggest language. Right? So don't be proud even of speaking English. If somebody is correcting you, tell them I speak another language, because English is the easiest language. I learned English in 2 months and I speak good. And I'm not even proud of speaking it. Right? Break down. Medere, Latin verb to heal. Medicus, Latin noun, healer or physician. Medicina, healing of art. So medicine originally means the art of healing, or over time, it can refer to both practice, it can refer to the word practice. So now look at here, chemet meaning. The word chemet, also written KMT in transliteration, is the ancient Egyptian name for Egypt. Meaning of Kemet. Kemet literally means black land, right? Kemet, black. And the T, feminine ending common in English for places of the black, right? The name referred to the rich, dark soil. Kemet, this desert. So cultural importance. So then you go here, chemistry, which means chemet, origin. The word chemistry has fascinating and mysterious origin, deeply connected to alchemy and ancient Egypt. Etymology of chemistry. From alchemy, chemistry. Chemistry evolved from the older word alchemy. Alchemy come from Arabic alchemia. Al, the Arabic definite of article. Everything that starts with al, it's Arabic. Chemia from Greek chemeia or chemia. Greek's origins and theory. Greek chemia, possibly used by early Byzantine writer. The Byzantine writer around 300 CE, possibly from Egyptian word kemet, black land referring to Egypt, suggests alchemy was originally the Egyptian art, right? Egyptian what? Art. Alternatively, from Greek chemia to pour or fuse, referencing metal work or transformation. Egyptian connection. Many scholars believe alchemy and thus chemistry has rooted in ancient Egyptian practices of metallurgy, medicine, and transformation. Early Greek and Arab alchemists often associated their craft with Egypt, especially the mystical and the transformative aspects. All right? Chemistry comes from alchemy, which comes from Arabic, which likely borrowed from Greek and possibly from ancient Egypt Kemet. So, man, you gotta clap a bit. Please hit the button, subscribe if you're watching this, activate the bell notification so you cannot miss one of my video every day, because you cannot just come on 2025 trying to blinding us. You brought medicine to who? You brought medicine to who? Originally, it referred to the secret of mystical arts of transformation, right? And what did the Greek define medicine? They defined it as the arts of healing, because they didn't have anything to name it. They never had a proper name, a proper word to name medicine. Medicina, the art of healing, medicus, the art of healing, because when they went to Egypt, they found that it was the arts. They did not have the word, right? But in ancient Egypt, it's literally our art, because we are black. Kemet. We're just gonna give it kemet, chemistry. It's done. That's it, guys. If you let somebody bully you because you don't know your history, don't do that. Don't do that, because they will take a lot of advantage. They will take a lot of advantage. Please, if you're watching this video, please hit the button subscribe, activate the bell notification. Please share this video to your story so people can learn, people can understand. Like the British, the French, they've never brought anything to Africa. They came to steal, they came to rob, they came to loot. They have nothing to teach you. They got nothing. You speak their language better than them. They can't even speak, man. Other languages. I know people that went far away. They can't even speak another language. The mind doesn't work. If you speak 7 language, 5 language, you are by far better than somebody who can't learn another language. Don't let people bully you, man. Don't do that. You don't do that. You are far better, man. Yeah. Hit the button, subscribe, please. Share this video to your WhatsApp story.
I don't know why we're even.
We now have a
That's it for today. And I think I'm just going to end up here. And that was a lot. And I'm really happy. So you know, you learn and you understand things. You can't let people bully you. All right. Let me know what do you think in the comments. If you learned something, drop a yes, drop a love there in the comment. Show me some support. And I'll see you in the next video, man. Ciao. I love to have you guys. I love to have you so much. And I appreciate you watching my videos. And I appreciate you hit the button like. And I appreciate you hit the button subscribe, man. I love you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.